Good morning. Happy Tuesday. And welcome. Welcome to Two Girls Treasure. Welcome to Coffee and Create. I hope you have a good cup of coffee for this morning. It's one of those days. It's foggy. It's cool. It's the perfect temperature to paint and for paint to dry. It's the perfect day to paint chairs and clean chairs. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. If you made it out here to the Petey State Farmers Market on Saturday, oh my goodness, did we have so much fun. There were so many people. We were so busy. We made so many Easter eggs. Thank you for coming to our Make and Take. I appreciate seeing you. I hope to see you again. Listen. It's March 28th. This is the last Coffee and Create for March. The Coffee and Create collection for March ends in just a couple of days. We'll start a new Coffee and Create collection for you. If you're just popping in, say hello. Let me make sure we're live where we're supposed to be. Let's see. Are we live on Two Girls Treasure? Say hello and let me know if you are here. If you're watching on Facebook, we are. Thank you. If you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, thank you for joining. If you want to watch and shop the collection, hop on over to the website. Just follow the link in the comments. Might be right here if you're on mobile. Follow the link. It'll take you straight to our website. You can watch this tutorial video, and if you click interactive mode, you can actually shop all the products that we have featured in March, and you'll save money. Use the coupon code SPRING and you'll save 10% on all your Coffee and Create collection purchases. Let's get into the project for the day. Hit that like and subscribe, whether you're on Facebook or on YouTube. Hit that like and subscribe. Hit that share button too. Share this with your friends and family. They may want to see this sometime too. Look at this orange chair. Let me show you this orange chair right down Main Street. This thing is some kind of orange. Some kind of orange. Look at it. It's a beautiful armchair. I already removed, it has an upholstered seat. I already took it out. It has an upholstered centerpiece. I took that out as well. So I will be replacing that with some much nicer fabric. I'll be replacing the seat with some much nicer fabric. But guess what this goes with? This goes with something super cool. Let me see if I can grab a picture and show you. Let me see if I can grab a picture and show you what this actually came from. Dun, dun, dun. I don't think I can. Wait a minute. This. Yes. All right, so you remember that table right there? You remember that desk done in Cloverfield with some gold accents and the beautiful dark walnut stain top? You remember that? It sold. Like, I wasn't even finished working with it, and it sold. So we are going to make there we go. We're gonna make the chair match the desk. And I think we've got a beautiful opportunity to make this an amazing chair. Once again, it's solid wood. It's just, if you look at it, it's orangey. And I don't mean Clemson orange. I don't mean Tennessee orange. It's not that cool. It's a beautifully constructed solid wood chair. And some of the finish is chipping off. I'm not peeling it, I'm getting the tape off. Some of the finish is chipping. It's worn. It's worn. It should be. It's old. And old furniture doesn't need to die. It doesn't need to go to the landfill. it can go right here in front of you, and I'll show you how you can make this amazing. Are you ready today? Let's turn this into something fabulous and Cloverfield green. We're gonna start with our prep. We're gonna give this a really good coat of prep because it has chip spots and we want to knock those off. Now, I know there are some people that say, if you've seen somebody prep something, you don't need to see it every single time. And I just kind of believe you might be new here and you might not know the process. So I'm gonna show you. I feel like I started these tutorials during COVID so that I could teach you how to use this paint and these products. So I'm gonna keep on keeping on teaching you how to paint and how to use these products. So today, because we have chipping finish on this chair, I'm not gonna sand it, but I am gonna buff it off with a Scotch-Brite scrubby pad. So, everywhere that I have sprayed the prep, the scrubby pad is gonna do two things for me. It's gonna knock that loose finish off, but it is also going to knock that shine down. Some of these chairs, some of this furniture, a little bit older, has this fabulous shiny finish on it, and I don't want that. I want my finish when I'm through prepping to be flat. I want to knock that shine off so that my prep and my paint work together to bite and hold. The prep is formulated to work with this paint. The paint is formulated to work with this prep. So I want to keep them together and use them the right way. And that means prepping it and cleaning it off and then painting it. And we're gonna go Cloverfield with this. I may put some really cool gold accents in here so it matches that desk. But we're gonna finish this set. I'm gonna try to knock the set out this week. I've got a little bit of construction work to do to the desk. I gotta put it up on jack stands. That's a whole other process right there. And I love being able, when I get to where it's all busted up, and it's just the clear coat on here. Whatever they used, it's kind of like an old Ford, and the clear coat just baked off of it. So we're gonna knock it off. We're gonna make sure that this has a fantastic finish on it. Now, when I get ready to paint it, I'm gonna start at the bottom. If you start at the bottom, you can always flip the chair over and do the top, but if you start at the top, you have to wait till it's dry, and then if you flip it over, you risk damaging the paint. Start at the bottom. Start at the bottom. It's hard to do because I want to paint it top down. I want to see how gorgeous it's going to be, because Cloverfield, oh my mercy, Cloverfield is all the goodness of green. And I love some fresh sage, don't get me wrong. Cloverfield is beautiful. Let me show you this. Have you gotten one of these? Have you gotten one of these? This is the brand new Rethunk Junk color chart. 45 colors. Look at that. 45 colors of Rethunk Junk paint. Anything you could imagine. And you know you can mix these, right? You can mix these. You absolutely can. So if you want to make a different color, you can make a different color. I am, on this arm, going to take my soft sanding block and I'm gonna knock this smooth. This side is really busted up good, and I wanna make sure it's smooth so that when I put my paint on here, I don't have any dips and grooves. I love character, I do, but I want this chair, especially the arms, to be smooth and pretty. We can distress it if we want to later, but on the front side of this deal, I want this to look absolutely amazing. So we're gonna go for that. I'm gonna hit this right here as well. I want a really nice smooth finish on the arms. So this chipping, peeling has to go. Now this is not something that you normally see me do. As a matter of fact, I'll tell you 10.5 times out of 9, I hate to sand anything. Good morning, Lynette. You had a hard time finding me? Where was I? I actually even started right at 9 a.m. I think I did. Facebook's being funny this morning. And if it all kicks off all at one time, it's because Facebook and the internet and the iDevices are acting crazy this morning. We must have a meteor passing close to the earth. But I hate to sand things, I really do. There are times though when you really ought to. When you have peely paint and you paint over that, it's just gonna peel right back off. So you've gotta find the way. There's a balance between you don't have to sand and you probably ought to sand. And this one right here is a probably ought to. So I'm gonna knock this loose, make it smooth and pretty. We don't want an ugly chair. There we go. There we go. That's gonna look nice. That's gonna look really nice. All right, one last shot of prep, and I'm gonna wipe all the grit off because now I've used not only my Scotch-Brite, but I have also used my sanding block. And then we're gonna flip this over and we're gonna prep the back. We're gonna prep the bottom. And then I'll show you a really, really bad peely chair. You can see it behind me, can't you? Yeah, that one's an adventure. I left it outside a little bit longer than I should have. I did the other chair, and I don't know why I didn't just finish this one too. But I didn't, and I need to because I did get the upholstery done, and it's gonna be spectacular. It really is. But in order to use that spectacular upholstery, I've got some serious work to do with chipping, flaking, dirt, and paint. I'll show you. Let's get this one knocked out right quick. Look at the difference in the tone of that arm now. It's not shiny, it's smooth. Ooh, it feels good. I like that. It feels a lot better than it did, looks a lot better than it did. Even though it looks, you know, all fadey, it looks like it's ready for paint. That's what I mean. Your prepped surface means everything. Your paint job is only going to be as good as the surface you're painting. So if you need to sand a little bit, don't be afraid to sand a little bit. Don't even ask permission to sand. If you think it needs it, do it. Just do it. Hey, Tay, I love you. You're so, I love you. You're the best. Facebook wouldn't let, Facebook is just weird today. Lisa, you haven't seen? Oh, wait till you see this color on this chair. You want me to show you the desk again? Lisa, look at this desk. Isn't that beautiful? That's Cloverfield. That right there is Cloverfield. Let's make this chair match. Oh, flip it over. Yeah, Facebook is doing some weird algorithm thing today. Apparently it's Monday and Facebook isn't feeling it. But I'm glad you found me. You can always watch on YouTube. Subscribe to the Two Girls Treasure YouTube channel. And if all else fails in the world and on Facebook, that's a real issue. You can always watch Coffee and Create live on twogirlstreasure.com. If you don't find me on Facebook, the link is on Facebook, clearly. But to find me on our website, just go to twogirlstreasure.com. There is a live shopping tab. Live shopping. When you click that, you'll get here. You'll get right to the heart of everything I'm doing. And I do that because we know we can't rely on Facebook forever, because I don't know if they're bipolar or just absolutely insane. They're a combination sometimes. But I do own my website, so I use it well, and you can always find me there. Have you missed our live sales? I have missed our live sales. Me and Mel and Charlotte have been kicking some inventory out. Like price tagging, inventory, everything. We've been doing all the things to get ready for, we had the vendor show, the crafters and artisans show this weekend. We're really ramping up our efforts for the spring flower show, because we're hopeful that it will be a blessed and beautiful day full of wonderful people. We want to make sure we have everything tagged and priced and inventoried for you, so we know exactly what we have to sell. So there we go. All right, I think I'm done. The chair legs were not near as bad as the chair arms, which leads me to believe this sat somewhere in front of a window until it just baked itself to death. How many projects do you keep going at the same time? Like, do you do one and that's it? You start to finish that one project? Is that how you do it? Is that how it's supposed to be done? Because I don't know that I can do it that way. There's our train. What's that? Train man? Or woman. Or woman. It could be a woman. I'm not judging. Train, engineer, person. How many projects do you have going? So I'm going to count real quick. I have a dresser, the desk that matches this chair. I now have this and that. I have a tea cart to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5. You always having, I don't even know what that number is, but you're hysterical. It's hard not to have a lot of projects going at one time. And I'll tell you why. When you start something, especially if it takes some time to get it prepped, you really need to let the paint dry. You need to let it cure up a little bit. You need to make sure you've got good coverage. What do you do on the in-between? Work on another project. It seems logical to me. I just wondered if it was only me or if everybody else in my world besides Tay Weatherford does more than one project at a time. Because I always have multi-projects going. It's just who I am. So if you come by the studio, don't ask me what I'm working on, ask me how many I'm working on. Cloverfield. You ready, Lisa? Let's do this. This is a Beautiful, beautiful color. Now, I have 3 brushes out. I have square flat, I have curved flat, I have round with architecture. I have a lot going on here. And then when I get to this back, there's so much going on. So I have my 2-inch Wooster, I have my Miracle Brush, and I have a 1-inch. This is one of my favorites for working on something like this. So let's start with that 1-inch. Make sure your prep is dry before you start painting, or you will naturally distress your project before you ever get started. Just wipe it dry. Make sure if you've used a sanding block that you prep it twice to get the grit off. Prep is everything to your finished project. Your finished project is only going to be as good as the time you put in on the front end of it. You ready? You have 4 going. See, it's not just me. In the next 2 months, I've got about 2 weeks. Lisa, I've got about 2 weeks because I've got spring break coming up. I've got a fantastic adventure plan. I've got a plan for a fantastic adventure. Let's see how I can get that worked out. All right, here we go. Lisa, do you have this color? Do you have Cloverfield in your toolkit? Because look at that. I'm going to kick you over to just a single view so that you get the full-on visual of this chair. There we go. This Cloverfield is such a rich, beautiful spring tone. And this chair is going to take 2 coats because I don't want to try to cover it in one. I know what I did on the desk and I need this to match the desk. So this has to go on in 2 coats. When you're doing a chair and you've got architecture, don't try to rush through it. Let it be a 2-coater. And here's why. You've got a lot of corners, so you've got to always check your edges and ridges to make sure you don't have drips and runs. Paint puddles. Those are the things that'll ruin the finished look, and you work too hard to make your furniture look amazing. So don't rush through it. Prep it well so that your finished product looks exactly like you visioned it, and you don't have the frustration of drips and runs, puddles. So it looks professional. You don't have to be a professional for it to look professional, but you know what? All you have to do is tell yourself that it is, and you are, and you will be. You will be. But keep an eye on your ridges. Keep an eye on where it changes so that you don't leave something that's going to mess you up at the point that you're finished. Those aren't things you want your customers to see, right? And if it's in your own household, you want to feel satisfied that you did as good a job for yourself as you would have done for anybody else, if not better. Don't be the cobbler. You know the old saying, the cobbler's kids go without shoe repairs because he's repairing everybody else's. Don't be the cobbler. If this is for yourself, do just as good a job for yourself as you would do for anybody else. When this dries, it dries such a rich tone. I've had a lot of people lately ask me, what does it look like when it's dry? Well, it looks dry just like it does wet, except it's dry. I know sometimes you look at a paint color and it's different. It's different on the paint card. It's different when it's wet. I think you'll find that with Rethunk Junk paints, what you see is what you get. WYSIWYG. What you see is what you get. And what you get is a fantastic product that you can one coat, but you should just two coat. It gives you a better finish, gives you a richer finish, gives you something to be proud of. Even though this is upholstered, I'm going to do the inside of this oval because that's just who I am. When somebody takes the upholstery out of there, I want them to see a finished product, not just a partially finished product. And see how easy it is to just do the back all at one time? The back and the bottom. And I'll do this back that way when I do the legs on the front. This will be dry when I get ready to flip it over. All right, I'm all the way down here on the floor. You can't see me. I'm like John Cena, you can't see me. But it's okay. Because now, oopsie, there we go. I had to add a level to my rolly cart to put this chair on. It's a nice big chair. This is gonna be so comfortable. Comfortable to sit in, comfortable to look at. And I hope my customer will be happy with the whole thing. There we go. I'm going to leave the arms on the side, but I'm going to do the arms on the underneath while I'm on the bottom side, just so that's done, because you know what? How often do you forget to do those? Because it's easy to forget. Now we're into the architecture. I don't like slapping paint, so just kind of roll my brush across it, and that way I'll turn this around so you can see. Spin the rolling cart. There we go. We're way down at the bottom. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that, and I can't move the camera too far down. We'll focus on the legs. Let's do this. All right, I've got my 1-inch flat, and you can go up and down. You can go side to side. You can go around in circles. You can slap, but I hate doing that because I always get paint on something I didn't intend to. So I don't like doing that. But it's hard to paint a spindle. We all agree it is really hard to paint a spindle. You just have to find the way it's comfortable to you as you're doing it, and just do it. Don't worry about it, just do it. Watch your architecture, watch your ridges, watch your edges, because a spindle will bite you. And what I mean is, you'll think you don't have enough paint on it because it's a spindle. You put too much paint on it, and the next thing you know, you've got to run somewhere you didn't want one. And then you got to compensate for that. Watch your ridges, watch your edges, and when you're painting spindles, find the way that you are comfortable and make sure you don't leave any drips or runs on the architecture around it. That's all. Find the way you're comfortable with it. There's no wrong way to do it. There's no one right way to do it. You just have to find the way that works for you. Lynette, how many stamps have you used? Let's see. This is not a stamping chair. And Lynette does not paint a whole lot. But Lord, she's got fresh eggs. And that's everything. That right there is everything. I'm not trying to get chickens. I have friends who have chickens. I let them raise chickens. I'll eat the eggs. Not nearly. You gonna stop and do that? Oh, that's right. You've got them when you're ready for them. So simple and easy, and this is going to look amazing. And just like that, I'm almost done with the bottom side. I'm gonna catch this, I'm down low again. I'm gonna do this right here. I'm going to do the underside of the arm, and I'll leave the rest of it for when I flip the chair back over. I'm just gonna make sure I'm not leaving ridges. I hate that. I hate when I get finished and I'm running my hand over it and I find a ridge of paint, a little drip somewhere that I didn't see. Drives me crazy. And there's a simple way to fix it, but if you prevent it on the front end, you don't have to fix it. I think everything looks good on the bottom. Did I skip anything, Tay? I think I got it. So let's see if I can flip this without getting paint all over me. I think I can, I think I can, I think I can. I did. Ta-da! Only got a little bit. It'll wipe right off. I'm gonna scooch this over to the side for just a minute. I wanna show you what a really bad chippy paint looks like. Cleaning up the edges right there. What a bad chippy paint job looks like. And how important it is. Let me double bill you here. Ta-da! What it looks like when you have to clean it up. Now let me see. Let me take the locks off this table because I'm just going to roll the table over to you. We use this table to make Easter eggs on Saturday, and Buddy, this table got some kind of play. Those youngins were having a blast. We were too. We were too. All right, I'm in. I'm gonna tip this so you can see a little bit better and get out of the green paint. I love it. I don't want to wear it. I'm going to tip this up a little bit because I want you to see a couple different things. Oh no, we're not going to tip, are we? There we go. Okay. I want you to see a couple of different things. You see this pile over here? That mess right there is what has already come off this side. If you look, you can see how much cleaner, still dirty, how much cleaner this is than this. Can you see this right here? Let me show you. Look how dirty that is. Let me show you how we can fix this. The other thing is, if I run my hand right here, you can see the paint flaking off, and I mean like no joke flaking off. So I'm gonna move my Cloverfield chair because I don't want any of that flaking off. I have a dirty old rag and I have a dirty old Scotch-Brite. Let's see really how good this prep is. Now, I know how good it is. And this is why I will show you almost every single time I'm getting ready to do a piece of furniture what the prep, not just the spray prep, but the preparation I take for each piece. And here's why. Every single piece of furniture that I refinish is different. I don't do mass-produced refinishing. Every piece of furniture I refinish has different problems with it because I'm refinishing vintage furniture. This is a beautiful fix reed vintage rattan, oversized. I am in love with these two chairs. I'll show you the other one. Let me finish spraying. It's just absorbing the prep as I'm spraying it. But as I spray it and it absorbs it, and I take my Scotch-Brite to it, it's taking the old finish off and smoothing it. Now, this top side wasn't so bad. This bottom side's gonna be ugly. Can you see those flakes coming off? This is gonna be a mess. This is what happens to furniture that gets left outside through the winter, the fall, the summer, the spring. This has been sitting outside for a while, y'all, and it probably has been out there for a year. I refinished the chair that matches it in eucalyptus, and it took me a while to find someone to do the upholstery, and I had to pay for it, and it was not cheap. Upholstery is not cheap, but it's necessary if you're gonna redo something and make it beautiful. So when I get finished cleaning this, and I get the eucalyptus on this, and I get the upholstered seats back in it, I'll show you, because I can't wait. And I don't even know why I didn't finish it. I don't know why I didn't do this chair right behind the other one. Got busy doing something else, apparently. I didn't forget, I just didn't do it. Can you see all of the flakes coming off of this? You have to decide for yourself what the piece looks like, how bad condition it's in. If this was nice and smooth, there would be none of this happening right now. This would just be painted. But this was not nice and smooth. It was not nice and clean. And if you paint over the top of peeling or chipping paint, that's what you're gonna have, is peeling and chipping paint. Rethunk Junk paint is amazing. It's great, but it's only as good as the preparation you put into the piece. If you feel like you need to sand it, just sand it. Don't ask permission, sand it. If you believe it doesn't need it, paint it. Just know the difference in one piece to the next. It's not gonna be the same. There's no blanket rule. So you decide. If you have something that looks like this, you should know, you know, it needs to be cut back. It needs to be cleaned really well, more than once. It needs to be scrubbed clean, and if you need to get out a sanding block, get one, because that's gonna make even more of a difference, right? Now, let me show you. I'm gonna tip this chair up. I'm gonna shake this out. Look at all the dirt and the chipped up paint that came off this chair. That right there is a mess, y'all. You see that mess? Where'd I go? There it is. You see all that mess? That came off just that little bit that I just did right there. So this chair is gonna need a little bit more work on it before I can ever put paint on it. And I know that. Now I'm gonna flip this over. Ugh. It's heavy. It is heavy. But it's a nice chair. And we're gonna make it nice again. It used to be stunning. We're gonna make it beautiful again. So while my green is drying, my Cloverfield green, I'm just gonna spray this down. I'm gonna knock this off. And we're gonna keep working. Green is the color of the day. Green is the color of the day. So if you don't have any green, and Lisa, this color green, this Cloverfield that we're putting on the orange looking chair. The Cloverfield is still part of the March Coffee and Create collection. And if you go online and make your purchase, or if you come in the store and make your purchase before the 31st, then you can save 10% on any of the products in the Coffee and Create collection. And I know that's not a ton of savings, but it's savings. And any of the pieces that we've worked on in March, any of the products I've used to create in March, you can save on those. And guess what? April 1st is coming. We've got a whole new collection planned. We have bonus purchases. If you have one of the Rethunk Junk bags and you are part of the VIP crowd, you can save even more sometimes. If you didn't get your Rethunk Junk VIP bag back in December, January, don't fear. I'm working on getting some more for you because we want everybody to be VIP. Very important painters. There we go. And it just takes a little bit of time. Even when you have to sand or knock paint loose when you're using Rethunk Junk paint products, it doesn't take all of your precious time to get done doing it. One of the frustrations that I used to have before I had Rethunk Junk paint products was that it would take me an entire weekend when I had a regular full-time job just to get something ready to paint. And then I'd have to wait until the next weekend to paint it because there was no time during the week. I can start to finish something if I will stick with it and not get sidetracked. If the squirrels will leave me alone, I could probably have this chair and that chair done today. I really could. This one's gonna be a mess. It is a messy, messy chair. But look how clean it's coming. Look how clean it's coming and smooth. Still got some dirt back here to get off. I've got to spray it again. And that back side right there, that's tough to get to. Take your time. Take your time, it's not a race. You don't have to flip 40 pieces of furniture a week, do you? I don't think you do. I think you can do one at a time and do it well. You can have 5 projects going. Doesn't hurt a thing. Make sure you prep it well. Make sure you clean it. Make sure it's ready for the paint when you get ready to put paint on it. And then when you get done, you're gonna have an amazing product to either have for your home or to flip out and sell it. You can be a furniture flipper and use this paint. I'll tell you, it's a lot more cost effective than some of the other brands of paint that are on the market. It is definitely more durable. We might not have 500 colors, but we're not trying to distract you. Squirrel. We're not trying to distract you from how good the paint is. And the amazing thing to me is how many different recipes everyone comes up with. I mean, like, it's almost endless, the color possibilities that you can create with this paint. But no matter what you do, no matter how you want to do it, it all starts right here with a good cleaning, with the prep. I'm gonna turn this around and I'm gonna get these bottom edges right here. I didn't get them when I had it upside down backwards. Get all your little grooves clean. I like my continuous mister. I don't think we have sourced those yet where we can cost effectively sell them to you. I'd like to. Would you like to have your own continuous mister? I find a lot of benefit from having those, especially when I'm working on a big project. I have one for water, one for prep. Do you have one? Do you have two? And do you use them? Get in between these pieces of rattan. There we go. All right. Now we'll come back over to the side. And just like all good spring cleaning projects, the other chair is going to need a little bit of touch up too, as I left it sitting outside, put a plant in the seat, watered it, and now it needs a little bit of touching up. That's all right. I have the paint, I have the brushes, and I'm gonna take the time and I'm gonna make this set amazing. Just like that. It is prepped, everything loose is knocked off, it's all over the table. I'm gonna take it off the back side. That's a heavy, heavy chair. All right, that's down. This table is so dirty now. It has to come out. But let me show you what that chair will look like when we're done. And this one needs to be cleaned up because it's dusty. Isn't that pretty? Do you remember when I did this? This chair looked just like that chair when I started. And now this chair is really still in pretty good shape. It's got a little bit of chippy right here, knocked it right here. It's dirty. Got little spidery webs. But I think I can take the clean top and just wipe this down and touch up the little spots that need to be touched up. This one looked exactly like the one I just finished prepping and scrubbing off. I'm gonna let that dry. I'm gonna clean the tabletop off, and then I'm gonna put it up here and I'm gonna paint it eucalyptus to match this. And tomorrow I will put the upholstered seats on it and I'll show you a finished product because I'm really proud of these chairs and I'm excited about what this set is going to look like, cleaned up, painted up, and ready to go. Let's check on our clover field. This is why I do more than one project at a time, mostly because I can. Now my hands are dusty, so I'm gonna take the Prep and I'm just gonna clean my hands off real quick. Prep is non-toxic, so you don't have to worry about poisoning the kids. Prep is not caustic, so when you wipe your hands clean with it, you don't have to worry about it damaging your skin. It's not gonna burn your skin. It's not gonna cause any problems with what I just did. I sprayed the Prep on my hands and wiped them clean, and it's just fine to do that. Let's get this Cloverfield. Let's get this Cloverfield going. Holland, baby, how are you this morning? I'm glad you are here. If you just popped in, we're talking about Prep, how each piece of furniture is different, and how the prep work you do before you start painting means everything to the paint job you want when you're done. Now these spots I probably could have used my Miracle brush. Might have been a little bit easier to do, but it's done. It's done. Let's just keep on rolling. First coat of Cloverfield on the top side of the chair. And I'm not going for full coverage because I'm definitely gonna put a second coat on so that it's cohesive with the desk. And Holland, you've seen the desk. We talked about it. It is just like your lamp. It is just like, where'd I go? There we go. Just like the lamp you did. Faye, thank you. Those chairs are gonna be very beautiful. I got this beautiful ivory colored background fabric with big floppy roses on it. I love them. I love them. I have a place in my world for them. I have waited long enough to finish them, and I did the one. I got the upholstery done. I've had some people ask, but I haven't had anybody want. I don't know, maybe by the time I finish both of them, someone will want them in the store. If they don't, I have a place for them. I love big overstuffed chairs that are comfortable. And on a rainy day like Sunday, with a window open and a cup of coffee, those are the perfect chairs. Those right there are the perfect chairs for a day like we had on Sunday. A little bit of rain, a little bit of thunder, a little bit of coffee, a little bit of nap time, nice little blanket or a book. There we go. And right over the top of where all that finish was busted up and we smoothed it, and this is going right over the top of it. It's going to be nice and smooth and clean because I took the time. When you take the time before you start painting, you will have an amazing finish when you're done. If you miss something, it'll show. So if you've got a project you've been working on and you've got something that's going wrong, it's probably something that was not done in the prep work. Now I know I paint more than most people do. I paint the bracing, I paint everything because I want it to look manufacturer's finish. I want it to look just like, we're still on 2, aren't we? Can you see the whole chair here? Trying to roll my rolly cart around without knocking the chair over. Let's see. There we go. That's so much better right there, isn't it? All right. Thanks, Faye. I appreciate it. I I love the greens that we have to work with right now. We have fresh sage. We have, now you saw fresh sage on the workstation cabinet this month. We have sea spray, which is kind of a blue, gray, green. It's that color that's not definable by looking at it. It depends on how the light hits it. So sea spray is an amazing finish, but it does fall into our gray-green category. Cloverfield, absolutely gorgeous. Timeless teal, which is one of the longest running colors in Rethunk Junk history. It is not teal, it's a vintage teal. And if you like a vintage look, it is a fabulous, fabulous gray-green, green-gray, no blue tone to it. Try it sometime and it will give you a very timeless finish, so that's why it's called Timeless Teal. We also have Pine Shadow if you like a rich, darker green. That's not on the Coffee and Create collection for March, I don't believe. But all the greens, and then don't forget Peacock Feather, which is kind of a blue-green, and Robin's Egg. Those are not part of March, but could be part of April. You'll have to tune back in. We'll be doing the Rethunk Junk main page on Saturday, April 1st. So stay tuned for that. That's on the Rethunk Junk main page. That's not on this page. I will try to, it'll be on YouTube and it may be on my website, but it won't be on my Facebook page. It will not be on the Two Girls Treasure Facebook page because I can't do two Facebook pages at the same time. Let's see. We'll do the inside of that arm. I'm loving this. Lisa, do you love this color yet? With a little gold accent on it, it is amazing. It's so clean and fresh. And for spring, this color goes into summer. I would even say with the right accessories, this color goes into fall and winter. This, this is more than just fresh spring. This color will go year round. Just change your accessories. Just change your accessories and you will have everything in this one color that you need for your home decor. So if you do your furniture in Cloverfield, it is a year-round color. There we go, got to stretch to reach that back. But I saw some drips, I saw a run, see one right here. You want to catch those while they're wet. You don't want to let them get dry. Once they get dry, they start creating a whole host of problems. And I would rather avoid issues. Y'all, it's 10 a.m. and we have spent our hour together. I've got to get the front doors open and let some folks in. I saw somebody out there just a little while ago and I know they're waiting. So I'm going to finish putting paint on this. Doesn't it look great? And I will update you. I might even go back live again just so you can see the finish of this. And spin it around so you can see it from the front. What a great big difference one coat of paint makes. We went from orange tone to Cloverfield. We're gonna do Cloverfield all over, and then we're going to clean this up and we're gonna paint that up. We're gonna get that dirty table cleaned off and out of here. And we have an amazing day planned today. Stop in and see us. We have an amazing week planned, and we're getting geared up for the Petey State Farmers Market Plant and Flower Festival. It starts on April 20th. We've got a few weeks. This Saturday on the Rethunk Junk main page, Rethunk Junk on Facebook, you can watch it on my website, and you can watch it on my YouTube. We'll be live on the Rethunk Junk main page working for Laura Whitlow. Let's do that together. Thank you so much for being here. If there's any questions that you have about painting with Rethunk Junk paint products or prepping your furniture to paint them, give me a call, send me a message, get in touch. I'll be glad to help you. Thanks so much for being here, y'all. I will see you again really soon. Have a great day.